So you will learn more advanced tools from now since you are going to learn programming. So you should be able to enter a program like a text program. Certainly, your programs will not run immediately. This means that you need to edit the text files too. So you will use very basic text editing tools like we will concentrate on text editor VI, but we will also learn along with a lot of more text editors also. So with Linux you have the choice from an endless list of text editors. From Microsoft Windows you might have heard about the Notepad, that is standard Windows text editor. So with Linux you can choose between editors. Number A, uh, one group of text editor is line oriented, which we know as ED, belongs to this group. You can only work on one line of the text file and then need a command to get to the next line. Like if you are at one line, then you have to enter another command in order to go to the next line. This means you cannot use the arrow keys to move the cursor your current position through the text. This is Stone Age text editing and good only for learning purpose. Then the second one is, or the next group of the text editor is screen oriented, that is VI. VI belongs to this group of editors. You see the text over the whole screen and can scroll up and down and move to every text position using the arrow keys. This is much more comfortable than using a line oriented editor. So we will predominantly work with VI. It is powerful and comfortable enough for our purpose and usually available on all systems. So you should not confuse comfortable with powerful. Like if I will talk about the N-edit or K-edit, these are the examples of editors which we use in the graphical user interface, or we have already used these edits in our GUI. So here you can use the mouse to jump around in the text, as we already used many type of editors, but in there we use mouse. So in the text and copy pasting and many other tasks are being done with the mouse. We are not going to work with these nice editors, okay, but we will focus only one editor. So now let's start with very easy method to input a text. For this we use the command cat, that is concatenate. We have already used cat for displaying the content of a file or a text file. We have also learned about redirecting the output of command into a file by using the sign of greater than, as we have already learned. Now when we use cat without specifying a file name, you redirect the standard input, the keyboard, to the standard output, the screen. Let us try it out. We first run the command cat without anything. After hitting enter, we get into the next line and then enter the text. I am going to enter here. This is text. Now press enter. At the end of the line 2, we press enter. The text we just entered will be printed again, as we can see, and we end up in the next line. Here we enter now control plus D in order to get out of this file. We are back. What happens is that input from the keyboard is redirected to the screen. When we press enter, a new line starts before the redirection. But this is not the important, as it is important that you realize that we could also redirect the standard input into a file. So how? We redirect the standard input into a file named text file. We enter some text and then hit enter. Then enter some text again and press Ctrl plus D. we get back the command line directly. Now a new line is generated. Finally, in the last line, we remove the file that we have just created with the command rm. It is easy to create a file, isn't it? So, you should now create a text file named genomes.txt. So, I am going to create here, which we are going to use and play around with. So, remember here, when you mistype something, you can go back with the backspace key, but only in the active line. Now, let us. I will create this file. So I am creating a file named genomes.txt and some content inside of this file, and after that we will sort this file and will use this file for further work at the command line. Sorting of text. With sort, you can, as the name implies, sort the content of a text file. This can be very helpful in order to make files more readable. The sort command comes with some powerful options which we are as usual separated by a dash. Like if we go in the manual page, we can also get a lot of different options with sort. So if we write -n with sort, what it will do? Sorting takes into account the values of numbers. Otherwise, only their position in the alphabet would be considered and 50 would be printed before 8, right? So if we use -r, the sorting results is displayed in reverse order, and minus f will be used for lower and uppercase characters are treated equally. Like if you want to make your Linux insensitive, case insensitive, then you can use this -f keyword. Then -u will be used for identical lines are printed only once. So you get unique or non-redundant output. Similarly, -k and x will sort according to the content of the field. For example, minus k3 sorts according to the content of the field 3. So similarly, a lot of more options we have for sorting. So here I am going to sort, and let's see how does this work in real life. So if I'm using this genomes.txt file which I have created now, so for that I am using the options -n and -u in order to sort the content of the genomes.txt file. So take care of correct sorting of numbers and get rid of doublers. But what is this? The output of sort -nu genomes.txt in line 2 to 4 is a little bit short. You can see. So three organisms are missing. However, I have already written these organisms. Okay, here we encountered error like a bug in the program sort. So to deal such type of things, we have a well established command in sort. This is rather a rare situation, however, but what we can do, first of all, you should report the bug to the Linux community, and for this you need to open the manual page of sort. So thereby help it will help to improve the commands. In the manual page like man sort, there is a statement where to report the bugs. Report bugs to bug different. There is a complete website in order to reporting all the bugs which you got. So then you have to think about alternatives to your original task. In our case, the alternative is shown in the line in this line. So here we learn a new way of redirecting the output of program, like piping. I am using the pipe option instead of this. So pipes are powerful tools to connect commands. We have already seen how to redirect the output from a command into a file by using the sign of greater than sign. Now we redirect the output from one command to another. Therefore, we use pipe character. The pipe character is a pipe, and this type of pipe sends the stream of data to another program. The use of pipes means the program can be very modular, like each one executing some narrow but useful tasks. Um, pipe so in this line, the pipe will output of sort command with the minus n option to the sort command with the option minus u. You can use both of these options by using this pipe. So the result will be displayed on the screen. So as you can see here, we could also redirect the results into a file. The next example uses the options minus t and k in order to define a new field which have to be considered. So in this line, with the sort command, the file genomes.txt is sorted according to the content of field 3 minus k, like 3. The field is delimiter is set to the dash character minus t. With these options, sort becomes very versatile and can be used to sort tables of like according to the values of a certain column. So you can use these sort commands for that purpose also. Another thing. So similarly, we can use other different types of options along with the sort command in order to place file in different ways. So if you want to save the results in an output file, you can use this redirection style in the sort command. So here you can see that the sorted file will be saved in a new file named after this redirection sign sorted dash genomes dot text, and this file is saved at my desktop. You can see at the desktop window. So here is the file which is sorted. So this way you can sort by using sort command, and you can also use different options of sort. We might want to do is counting the number of lines, words and characters of a text file. We have already learned about this in our previous tutorials. This task can be performed with the command wc. Wc counts the number of bytes, white space separated words and lines in each given file. So just use the keyword wc and write genomes.txt and you will get the output. As we can see from the output, the files genomes.txt consist of 7 lines, 44 words and 243 characters. So two interesting commands to compare the contents of the text file are diff and com. To see how these commands work, create two text files with a list of words. So here I'm creating first text file and the second text file. The result of the command difference indicates what you have to do with the file amino1 to convert it to amino2. You have to delete the lines marked with less than sign and add the lines marked with greater than sign. With the option minus "u", the same context is shown in another way. The option minus "c" is used to display the difference only indicated by a not sign. So the command COMM will compare, and it requires the input files are sorted. We do this, we can write several commands in one line, separating them with the semicolon character, as you can see. So the COM command prints out its result in three columns. Column 1 contains all lines that appear only in the first line amino 1s. Column 2 shows all lines that are present only in second file amino 2s, and the third column contains all the files that are in both files. You can restrict the output with the option minus "n", and "n" being one or more column numbers which are not to be printed. So in the terminal, basically we displayed only the content of the third column, like minus 1 and minus 2, which contains the common file content only. Probably the easiest to handle text is called Pico, Pine Composer. It has the same look and feel as the old DOS editors we have. So, however, Pico is not installed on Unix Linux system. So, you should make the effort to learn VI, which is a bit harder but more universal, and which offers you many more possibilities. In fact, you need to memorize different commands of VI editor. The Pico editor was developed by the University of Washington, and you start Pico with the command Pico, and this is very optional with the file name. If the file already exists, it will be opened. The text editor VI, Visual or Virtual Editor, is an improvement on the original Unix editor AD. Nowadays, it is usually replaced by Vim or VI Improved, which is executed with the command VI. So here are some of the advantages of that why we are going to learn this VI editor. VI, pronounced as VI, provides basic text editing capabilities, right? If you want to edit the basic text, you need to learn about the VI. Three aspects of VI make it appealing. First one is VI is supplied with a Unix system, and you can use VI at other universities or any business with Unix or Linux system. Second is VI uses a small amount of memory, which allows the efficient operation when the network is busy. And third one and the last one is because VI, last but not least, because VI uses standard alphanumeric keys for commands. So you can use it on virtually any terminal or workstation in existence without having to worry about the unusual keyboard mappings. So you see there are really many advantages to learning how we are learning VI. Just type VI to start the editor, press I to start the insertion mode. Let us now start the VI editor. We will just write VI with some new file like text.txt. I want to create a new file. I will write just vi and text dot text. The screen should look like this then. So please note that I have deleted some empty lines in order to save this. So here the cursor is representing in this block form. You can see. At this stage, you cannot enter any text because VI runs currently in the command mode. In order to enter the text, the input mode must be activated. To switch from the command mode to the input mode, press the I key. So VI lets you insert text beginning at the current cursor location. As you can see, now I am in the insert mode, because I can insert a text here. To switch back to the command mode, you just need to press ESC. As you can see, this beep sound. So you can also use ESC to cancel an unfinished command in the command mode. If you are uncertain about the current mode, you can press ESC for a few times. Like you can, if I am typing something but there is no typing here on the screen. So when VI beeps, you have returned to the command mode. So okay, let us change the input mode and enter some text. I am entering the input mode, and I will change here a little bit of text. So I have pressed I, and now I can move around here. So we can see some changes in the mode line. So insert indicates that I can insert some text here. So now press S to get back to the command and press I for insert mode. And colon W, if you want to save this file, you just press colon W in the command mode. Colon W and enter, and this file will be saved, which I have written here. The mode line will display a message. As you can see, W appears in your text. You can still say that you can still see that you are in insert mode, right? So command modes are very often preceded with the colon, like I have already typed here the colon character. So let us try another command like colon set number. Now you see colon set number. Now you see here is the line number in the front of each line. So another command, let's type here colon and R, and what happens now? Ooh, after hitting enter, you have a list of all files in your current working directory that is imported to your text file. So I'm again pressing it. So here you can see. So that's how I run the shell command, like ls. I can also. So here's the list of files, and press enter to type to continue. I am pressing enter. So these are some of the commands which can be used in VI editor. So in order to move the cursor, we have a lot of options. Probably your screen is quite full now. Let's move the cursor. Really, you can use the arrow keys, but if they don't work, you can use the following. Like I can see my arrow keys are working here. So if my arrow keys will not work, then I will use H character, L character, like L. I am using now L, and now I am using the K character. As you can see, K for moving up, and J character for moving down. So there are some more powerful commands for long distance jumping, like I am using O for in order to move to beginning of the line. So there are a lot of other commands which can be used in this VI editor. So Control plus F in order to move the screen into the forward. Control F. So I have to first Control F. Control F will be pressed when you will be in the command mode, not in the insert mode. So whenever you want to execute this type of commands, you have to first enter into the command mode, and then you will press Control F or Control B. Control B for moving backward screen, and Control F for moving upward screen or forward screen. So you have now learned some powerful tools for moving around in a file. You should memorize only the basic movements and know where to look up the others. So in order to correct your files or VI editor files, you can also have a lot of options, and in the end, in the command mode, if you want to save the file, you will just press :W, and this will be your file will be saved with this W keyword. And if you will press Q, your file will be saved and the file will quit, and you will be back on the terminal. So in this way, there are some more options, like X will delete the current character and D will delete the end of the line. So different types of commands we already have. We can have and search all these commands by just googling them. So in this way we can use a VI editor. So now here you can see I have in my home directory I could not change the path. So here is the file which I have created by using VI editor. This is the file text.txt, and this is the text which I have entered when I was using the insert mode by pressing I. So just remember two things. If you want to enter into the insert mode, you have to press the keyword I from your keyboard, and if you want to enter in the command mode, you have to press ESC keyword from your keyboard. And if you want to save your file, you just have to press the :W keyword, and if you want to quit the file, then you have to press :Q, or simple if you want to save plus quit the file, or want to finish the file making VI editor file, then you have to just press :W keyword and Q keyword, and then you have to just hit enter, and you will be in your terminal again back.